everyone. This is Steve from True Market Finance. Today's we're going to talk about Bitcoin Well. If you haven't heard of Bitcoin Well, it is the best place to buy or sell or pay your bills or multiple things that we'll go through on this video. It is the best service on the planet that I believe. It's available in Canada and in the USA. So, this video can go out to all of you this time. ShakePay we did yesterday. It's another good platform. To buy on ShakePay, it's about 1.25%, where on Bitcoin Well is about of the fee is going to be 1.2%. So we save a little bit there, which in Bitcoin world, guys, that counts when you got an appreciating asset like Bitcoin. So the other thing I love about Bitcoin Well is that when you buy email transfer, which is what we do in Canada, when I email transfer myself to my Bitcoin account, then what it does is it doesn't keep my money whatsoever. Same with the Americans. Like when you transfer money into Bitcoin Well, it doesn't keep your money. So what you do is you set up these things called wallets in there. So what it is actual wallet of your cold storage, wallet of your hot wallet, or wherever you want, wherever you're storing your Bitcoin all the time. Because Bitcoin Well does not hold your Bitcoin. It just buys it for you. And then when it buys it for you, you have the option of paying for the fee that it is normal to transfer Bitcoin back and forth from wallets and so on and so forth, that regular fee. Or you can put it into combined transactions that go out in, few hours, or, and then so you'll have free, it'll send it for free for you, which, 99 times, 99% of the time, that's what I do, guys, unless the fee is like crazy cheap, and then I'll, change it for whatever reason. But, sats are sats. And in my world that I look at in Bitcoin, you want to keep as much Bitcoin as you can. So I don't like paying fees whatsoever. Because those little 20-cent sats or dollar sats over multiple years at, if you want to look at last year, or just, 100%. Last year was 130%. Bitcoin went up, even if it went up like 100%. If you compounded that years over years, which is something I teach in this my YouTube channel all the time, is that's what we want, that compounding of Bitcoin. So as well, Bitcoin price goes up, you're also compounding that Bitcoin that you own over and over and over again. So, if you have $100, say, make it simple, $100, and it goes up 100%, in a year, that makes that $200. So then if it goes up another 100% next year, then you got $400, so, that's the way you get wealthy very easily. You can use the same thing if you're doing stocks, guys. Same thing. Just don't care about the price whatsoever. Don't worry about it. Just stack away, because like Bitcoin is doing right now, guys, as you've been noticing, it's been going like it did last year. It sort of did the same thing last year, where it would pull back. It's pulled back quite a bit, and it's now kind of just going sideways. So the way I look at that, which, I'm human like the rest of you is, it's difficult in the sense that we always like to see our money grow, and that's sort of why we buy Bitcoins, because we think, oh, I'm going to, do whatever. But, in that process, if you're not, and it's the same way the stock market, if you're not going to be retiring or doing anything in the next few years, this is the best thing for you, kind of thing. Because with the pullback and the thing, you're buying more Bitcoin. You're stacking more and more and more and more. And then when it did the same thing it did last year, just before the election in the U.S., it just took off, and made tons of money. So um, you just want to keep buying it and holding it forever. And if you need to use it, myself, I just borrow against myself. So that's what's nice about Bitcoin, is that you can borrow against yourself. It's So then if you're not spending it, so then you don't get the depreciated, you don't pay tax on that, and it just keeps on growing. And the biggest benefit of borrowing against your Bitcoin, you use as collateral, so you never ever actually spending your Bitcoin. But what you're doing is, as the Bitcoin price goes up, it actually pays for your loan as well. So um, something I completely love about it. So I'm gaining on, so I'm my everyday, you know, working, you're taking your paycheck and putting into Bitcoin, and then you have this loan over here that you're using that's paying for itself. So you kind of keep building your Bitcoin, because with these pullbacks, sometimes you have to sometimes build up that loan to value ratio that you need to keep. But that's for a whole nother video, guys. I'm getting like way off the topic from Bitcoin Well. So Bitcoin Well is nice because when you buy it, it goes in here and goes directly right to your cold storage or your hot, whatever wallet you set up in there to go to, which I love. I like that security of exchange not holding my money. So and the best part about it, like, on top of that, the fees are like crazy cheap. So um, that's why I use them all the time. They're amazing. Anyway, let's get into the whole thing here on Bitcoin Well. So you can buy a real Bitcoin with Bitcoin Well. Uh, like I said, there's only 1.5% spread, where ShakePay, which I had put a video up on yesterday, is 1.25, which is not much. So that's a good thing as well. You can use that over there for your everyday spending and everything. So if you have rounded up, like we talked about yesterday on the ShakePay Visa, when you're using it out there, you're buying, if you round it up $2 or whatever, then you're buying $2 worth of Bitcoin all the time when it does that. You're not getting a crazy spread. It's super cheap as well. So same thing going here with Bitcoin. Well, super cheap spread. And so you can just keep stacking those sats, and also help out Bitcoin well by giving them 1.2%, um, sort of a, you know, they built this great service. So when you look at that, it's a more than reasonable for what they built here, that we're looking right at here in this video. It's a beautiful thing. You get 1.2 spread. Yeah, it's a Bitcoin only, so you don't get the crap coins and everything from the other crappy, shitcoin things, which is, I want to put out there, guys, again, why I go Bitcoin only. And I want to stress that, because Bitcoin only doesn't have, Satoshi did us a favor by walking away from, when he created this thing, because it's been able to build on top of that. So there's nobody, if the government gets upset with, one of these other, crap coins, they can just go to their office and, demand and put in a, you know, and pressure them to take your wallet or take your coins, or like we've seen in FTX stuff where it's just collapsed and stuff like that. So you uh, so Bitcoin doesn't have any of that. The other thing we go against when it comes to um, being secure is that we now have nodes all over the world. So you would have to corrupt every one of those nodes in all the world to change code and all that stuff, which is impossible to do. So it makes, builds that strength even more. It's a global money, so it's Bitcoins all over the world. So if you want to Now, like, which is difficult for me. I can't take $10,000 or more over the border without declaring it. I can take $1 million over the border with me all the time in Bitcoin if I want to, and nobody knows any of the difference, kind of thing. So it's nice that it's your money. You're not being punished for having your own money. So that's what I like about Bitcoin as well. And you got you know miners mining, and it's helping environment and things like that by the miners taking up the excess amounts of hydro and things like that. It's just endless amounts of things. And again, guys, it's non-custodial, so it goes directly to your wallet right from here. So nothing's being kept in Bitcoin well whatsoever. So they can't. Nothing can come against you. They're also a publicly traded company. So if you actually want to buy on the Toronto Stock Exchange, if you actually want to help Bitcoin well out, you can buy their stock. Is one good thing. It is really nice. Um, so you can buy it, and with that, you're helping them out, and the stock goes up in price too. If you're into stocks, you're making a little bit of money with them too as well. So, you get a little bit back of this 1.2% spread that you're paying. Myself, I own stock in Bitcoin well as well. So I think that highly of them, and I believe in what they're doing here. And so then that's why I buy into them. We'll go here to yeah, here we go. So we send Bitcoin directly into your on-chain or Lightning wallet. I forgot about this one, guys. You can actually set up your Lightning wallet as well. So it instantly goes in here. You can also, if all of a sudden you have money in your Lightning wallet and you want to, for some reason, sell your Bitcoin from the Lightning wallet. In Canada, we have an email transfer system thing set up. So it's really nice here in Canada is that as soon as I send that Lightning wallet, which will give me a QR code, so I'll just scan the QR code, send whatever amount of money I want to send, automatically sells, and then it automatically within seconds puts it in my bank account. So it's quite amazing service. Same thing if you're buying Bitcoin through Lightning, it's cheap on fees, and it can go there within seconds as well, which is really, really awesome as well. Um, and something Lightning's great that way. So if you're out shopping or something, and all of a sudden you see, you're using Bitcoin or something like that, then you want to top up your Lightning wallet, or you need to get something, then you can send it there within 2 seconds, kind of thing. It's just instantly, and again, it's just 1.2% spread, so I can break through the just it's a great. I can't um, talk enough about it, guys. Something else we have here with Bitcoin Well is the ability to, if you have like $50,000 or more that you actually um, want to buy. This is for bigger individuals. They have that all set up here. That you can actually buy $50,000 worth of Bitcoin, and they'll send it again directly right to your wallet. Um, so for high end net worth people, we can do that as well, real quickly or real easily, which is a great service as well. You just can call in, and they'll set you all up with that. Um, this is something that's not a big thing. Again, it's just your 1.2 spread, which is really, really good. Uh, you can also, um, which is really awesome. I'm not big into using this feature. Again, I was talking about in earlier, I prefer to borrow from myself, and not spend any of my Bitcoin. But if you wanted to do this setup, which is really amazing, you can actually live on Bitcoin through Bitcoin Wealth. So what you do is you set your bills up, same as you would in your bank account. You would set in, your account number and stuff like that in there. And then what you do is then you can send on chain or Lightning wallet payment um, to that bill. Uh, and you can do it all multiple too. Like I've seen it where you scan this QR code, scan this QR, scan this QR, and then you set up your bills or whatever for whatever you need to do, and then you just hit go, and it'll sell that Bitcoin and put it right into those bills for you. As well, you can go on here as well, and you can get also gift cards. You can buy as well, so you can buy gift cards, and then you can just go to your favorite store and live on Bitcoin if you like. Which I live on Bitcoin, but again, I borrow from myself, so I don't ever spend any of my Bitcoin. Fast track to your financial freedom, and create account today, guys, because this is what I'm talking about. It's just a really, really, really good service. Um, this is your home screen. You just hit buy. It'll walk you through whether you want to e-transfer or however way. There's multiple ways you can send money to. They're working on here as well to have a cash balance, which I'm interested about. If it's going to be kind of like what ShakePay is, and then you're going, or like what's the one in the States that you guys have? It's a bank, Bitcoin bank that you guys have there with, I believe through Swan or something like that, where they pay you an interest in Bitcoin like ShakePay does. It pays you an interest on your balance in there as well. Something else you can do, um, you can set up with your bank this um, so you do your dollar cost averaging, so it'll just start sending it in as you want. Another great feature, guys, is the swap button here. So if you want to swap from Lightning to Bitcoin, you can do that. And I believe it's free, I believe as well, to do that. What it'll do is it'll give you a QR code for Lightning or whatever. You'll scan the QR code, and then you'll just work it into your wallet, whatever you want to spend or whatever, and then you send it over there, and it instantly goes to, again, doesn't come into here. What it does goes instantly to that wallet too. So I've done that sometimes with my liquid Bitcoin through Aqua wallet, which is another video I will do later on. It's a great wallet because I love liquid Bitcoin, because liquid Bitcoin is the next step up from Lightning. Lightning is your wallet you have in your back pocket, guys. That is what you carry around. So you want to carry, what you consider you could lose, like you would in your wallet. You don't want to keep, $1 million or $1,000 in your back pocket all the time in case somebody steals it. You want to keep in there what's reasonable. Uh, Liquid Bitcoin, just to give you a little crash course, Liquid is built on 15 different companies. So you would have to orchestrate those 15 companies to then steal your money. So one, it would mess them up in the sense that they'd never have that trust again. And then two, you'd have to get all 15 to go against you, which again is very possible, in a world kind of thing. So that's why I say it's the second one up. So that's why I look at, you know, Lightning wallet as my wallet I carry around my back pocket. Liquid is my bank, and Bitcoin on chain, like your normal Bitcoin, is my gold bars. So you don't carry go around gold bars all the time either. So you put them in your bank, and then you take those gold bars and you have them, some of them in liquid form. So you have your bank, deposit and the amount, you need for bills and things, in there. And then from when you're out walking around, you have your, lightning wallet, which has got what you need there, right? So your gold bars is your core, it's so that's your stuff. So just to give you a crash course on the way I look at Bitcoin and the three different wallet types that you can have. It's all Bitcoin, guys, which is great. You're not buying other crap that's out there that you know makes it sound like their Bitcoin is not Bitcoin. Liquid Bitcoin is Bitcoin. On-chain Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and the Lightning is Bitcoin. That's the only three. You also, every time you buy Bitcoin, you're going to get Bitcoin well rewards, which will be up here, and you can click on, and it's 500 points per coin toss, and then what it does is gives you can win uh, a number of sats, and with that you can then just scan the thing and put it in your Lightning wallet, so you're making a few sats. So the 1.2% spread that you get, you're actually getting some of that back, and if you hit the real winner, you can really get some good money. um, I think at one time I got like $21 one time. So this is like really good, but 9 times out of 10, it's like 25 cents or whatever it may be. But still adds up. It's still Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is appreciating asset. So um, you're always going to win with Bitcoin. Um, yeah, that's just it's amazing, amazing, amazing thing. Something else there, guys, is this here. This is a ATMs. So what you can actually do is get a voucher on your through Bitcoin Well. Then you can just go into any of these ATMs. This one I'm here in Canada right now, so that's why it's pulling up Canada. But I'm sure if you were in the U.S., then it would show you all the ones in the U.S. But then you just go in and it works like a regular ATM. It's a bit higher fee to use the ATM, but you can also do that with no KYC. So by doing it that way, so um, that is another nice feature about it. I have never used one before, but I know a couple people that have, and it works great. Um, Again, fee. Oh, I guess I should let y'all know that the fee is 1.2% um, for verified accounts. But you just want to stay a light account, then it's going to be 3%, which is still good for that. But then they don't take any of your information. All they take is the email address, and forget what the other thing is. Email address and something else, and but you don't have to give up like your license and all those things kind of thing for that. But you pay a little higher fee, but you know if you want to do it that way, you can also do it that way. um like I said, there's the OTS desk. So if you're the big got a high net worth, you can do that. But yeah, you can buy future proof your money. We deliver a real Bitcoin on the blockchain as soon as we receive your dollars. This is automatically self custody. Again, so it goes nowhere in Bitcoin. Well, it goes directly right to your thing, especially if you have set it up like the instant. If you get it up set up, it'll just hold it for however it's always the clock's always running kind of thing. So it just goes in these groups of out at one time kind of thing. So those ones are free, and I've seen it like 5 hours or even 10 hours sometimes before it goes kind of thing. But you'll see the clock, so you'll actually see how long it's going to be before it kind of goes out. So you can choose between that, and that's in your account, I believe it is, under speed, blocked street, blocked. blockchain speed or something like that. I think it's called, or speed wallet or something. I forget. So you smash the buy real Bitcoin instantly, sends dollars from your bank account, receive Bitcoin on the blockchain as soon as it arrives. Canada has there we go. Canada e-transfer, bill payments, or cash vouchers. I've actually used this one, guys, the bill payment every once in a while because of maybe e-transfer isn't working right or something, or some bank that I've been using doesn't accept e-transfer to the specific one. I have a couple of bank accounts that I have that doesn't accept to send e-transfer to the email address of Bitcoin Well. So I've just sent it as bill payment. It takes a little longer, it takes a day or two to go there, but hey, it still a option. In the US, you just link your bank and send it that way. Like I said, you get 50,000 or more. You can do the large ones. This is the dollar cost averaging I'm talking about, guys. You can set it up so you can do dollar cost average and grow your stack with reoccurring buy orders. So this is set up in there. So you set up your bank, and then your bank just sends over a set amount of what you want, and then it goes directly right into your personal Bitcoin wallet, which is like they put in here, savings on steroids. Again, Bitcoin is appreciating asset, guys. It grows. It grows and makes your money grow. Where dollars nowadays go down in thing. So Uh, something. This is um, okay. Here's the cash voucher. So this is the when you go to the machine. Use a cash voucher to buy Bitcoin with a light account. Requires an email address and password. That's all you need. Whereas a verified account requires verified phone number and ID documentation. With a light account, you can buy up to $3,000 daily with cash vouchers. So that's like non-KYCA. So it's great that way. So anyway, I hope that helps, guys. The have this where I like Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. Actually, let's go over here to the sell button here for a second. Uh, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. We'll just go stay here and future proof our money. Um, so that with the video yesterday, you can be, adding to your Bitcoin stack in your Bitcoin bank by going through Bitcoin Well. So myself, I take my whole paycheck and I run it through Bitcoin Well, and so I can go right directly into my cold storage. You can do whatever you like. Um, I look at it as by doing the way I do it is because Bitcoin is an appreciating asset that I look at it as I get a pay raise. Last year, 130% pay raise, or you can break it down to something small, 100% pay raise that I have to go to my boss for and fight for and argue with or whatever. I just get this natural free. It's like having my own printing press in my own house kind of thing. I make 100% of my salary on doing nothing else other than turning into Bitcoin. So when you look at it that way, guys, I want to help you see that. So that's why I do it the way I do it. If you have a family and things where you have a budget that's a little maybe tight and you want to do your bills and stuff like that, just set aside, you know, what you can afford in that budget to put away for savings. But like Michael Saylor does, instead of having that savings, which is their cash on hand in their business in case a project comes up or whatever, instead of having that cash on hand, sitting there in regular fiat that doesn't do anything for you and it depreciates and melts away slowly. They're putting it into Bitcoin. So I like to look at that in my own world, in my own house, in your house. That if you put your savings away, those savings dollars away in Bitcoin. So like I was saying, yeah, when you put those dollars into Bitcoin, you get a pay raise all the time. So, if you're not putting your whole paycheck in like myself, and you're putting your savings in there, what it does is Bitcoin works for you. Um, and so that'll help you as you work hard. One of the ways that the financial system is really supposed to work, actually, guys, is that when you're working hard and you're gaining this, you're being slaved out in your job every day, and you're working, and they pay you at the end of that. um, you know, when you're getting paid, you don't expect your paycheck to get, melted away by our governments, printing money over and over again. So that's why it's great to put it into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin appreciates. So then Bitcoin, like, I've seen in my own life, and I work in my own life. I'm talking at like pure, you know, I live this, guys. So I watch my money work as hard as I do. So, or harder. I've seen it actually. So as you build your savings, like up and as I've taught multiple videos out here, as you get rid of your debts, and then you start living on, you know, under your means, and you pay off your loans and cars, and you don't live on credit card like I was showing yesterday with Shape Pay Visa. You can use a debit Visa card for my Canadian friends, and you make Bitcoin in that kind of thing. So it's uh, it's just a great way of thinking. So that's why I'm like always pumping Bitcoin, because it really does work very hard for you. So then, you know, you're multiplying your money. Like I've shown an example of my paycheck. My paycheck, I'll make a certain amount, but it's doubling. Every all year long too, eh? So I'm making double, doing whatever. So you can go out and work, at a lower paying job if you really want, or if when you're retiring kind of thing, and you're living on a smaller thing, if all your expenses are paid off, and you're putting into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is then giving you double, so you can live on half of your amount of money kind of thing. So it keeps on working for you. But anyway, guys, there you go. I put up the QR code, um, so you can sign up for Bitcoin Well and start your process with it as well. It's literally this service, ShakePay, and I use I'll put a video out eventually again, like of Numchuck. Um, is a wallet I use, an app on my phone that is just amazing. They have inheritance plans and everything else. So, this is my daily routine all the time, is of either, you know, making money on, by buying things that I normally have to buy all the time through ShakePay. So, I got my bills set up and everything through ShakePay, which gives me back 1% in Bitcoin, and then I got that rounded up actually now to $5. So then it buys me $5 as well as gives me 1% for free. I'm helping building up a bigger stack of Bitcoin on my everyday expenses. I run my bills through there, the whole works. Then I have Bitcoin Well, which is what I take, and any excess cash that I have laying around, or my paychecks from my everyday job, I run through Bitcoin Well, and I put that in my cold storage, so that I'm building up a stack there. And so it really is that simple, guys. I know a lot of my friends have thrown out things where they're just afraid that it's fast money and stuff like that. It's just it's not fast money. Your crypto shit coins, yes, just fast money. You're gonna most likely get burned. Bitcoin is long term. Now you have governments, which I look at. if we can get into this process of if I can help my friends get into Bitcoin now, we're just starting to see the government starting to talk about it and stuff, and then we have ETFs on it and stuff like that. So it's continually going to go up, and as the U.S. is going into more of a Bitcoin things, it's going to then force everyone else into it as well. But so as long as I'm trying to help as many of my friends and you out there, my YouTube thing, because I care about the individual person. The more I can help people learn and understand Bitcoin is a safe asset that they can utilize in their everyday life now as well, um, the better. Because when all these governments and the countries and everyone else and companies like Michael Saylor has done with theirs, once they catch on to that concept, it's going to help everyone that's been in Bitcoin from now till then. They're going to help get that price up, and really there's going to get a lot of momentum with Bitcoin in the future. So um, you can just build a bigger chunk of wealth to the future, where then eventually, in time and in the future, it'll slow itself down a bit, but it'll still keep growing, because there'll be a natural money for everyone. But scan that QR code, guys, and make your life simple. Bitcoin well is amazing. Like, they're just absolutely amazing. I've been enjoying it like crazy. And then once you scan the QR code, set up an account with Bitcoin Well, and as well, you will get a referral codes and stuff as well yourself, and then you can pass it on to your friends and family as well. And I believe it's like 10% or something like that of everything everyone spends will come into your Lightning wallet. You set up your Lightning wallet, and it'll just go into there, kind of thing. So I'm not into it for cash. I am into this Bitcoin well because I just use it all the time. Absolutely love the service. Love the that it doesn't sit there and like a regular you know company where you buy through like your Coinbases and so on and so forth, where it's sitting there and then you gotta, send it out, stuff like that. This is all automatic, guys. You just, in Canada, I email transfer into my, it gives you um, uh, an email address kind of thing that you send it to, and then it'll give you a code, and then you just add the code into your question, or your answer of your question, kind of thing, and then it'll automatically um, then it automatically just goes. It goes right to your whatever wallet you've set up in inside the of your account thing. So anyway, guys, I hope that you know helps you out. And again, Bitcoin is the best money. It's the only money. Don't fool yourself on these scams of these crap coins. Bitcoin has proven itself over and over again. It's the most secure out there. It has no one that anyone can come after to shut them down or trying to convince to do something bad, kind of thing. It's just good, sound money. It's better than gold. Everyone used to go into gold for so long because gold was this natural hedge, and it was appreciating and stuff like that. Well, gold is really hard to move if you want to move somewhere. Where again, I can take my cold storage wallet with me, um, or any wallet of that, and you know go to whatever country or wherever I want to go. So if things get bad in a certain area, you just leave. With all your money. Um, that could be millions and millions of dollars on your cold storage. It doesn't matter. Give me 5 billion here, and it won't matter. You could do that. But if you wanted to move $1 million or 5 billion at that of gold, you're going to need like a hell of a friggin', if you're going across the seas, you're going to need one hell of a ship. Then you're going to need, military, like they do with the Trump, bringing back a lot of the gold back to the U.S. and stuff. Like you're gonna have the military access, to follow them and everything else. So in Canada or in U.S., you're gonna need like a Brinks truck or a Loomis truck to like move your gold around everything. Bitcoin is your money that you can take and move and go anywhere you want with it anytime. And so yeah, that's why, guys, I want to help you out and make your life just absolutely simpler. My life is as and I still fight with it. Same in my own life. Is this? It simplified my life so much that it just feels so weird because I literally don't have to do anything. Like before, I used to think and oh, where's this amount of money going to go, and then so on and so forth. Now it's just one transaction thing and it's done. Like it's so simple. So it's a great store of wealth. Um, don't just believe me. Listen to a few YouTube videos on Michael Saylor or another guy I like out of Calgary is BT Sessions. Um, yeah, they'll help you learn some stuff. Michael Saylor's stock just keeps going up and up and up because Bitcoin keeps going up and up, and he's not doing anything. He's just letting Bitcoin go up, and then his stock price goes up. This is how simple Bitcoin is making life. For him, he's not had to do anything. Bitcoin goes up, the stock goes up. He borrows against his stock, buys more Bitcoin. More of his Bitcoin goes up, which makes his stock go up. Then he borrows more. He's just a compounding machine now. So, and you can do that in your own lives. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are or what you make. Bitcoin does not discriminate against anyone. Anyone can do it anywhere in the world, and it's a great system, guys, and you'll love it, and it'll make you super excited to own it. So scan that QR code, sign up with Bitcoin Well, and start your journey on the most amazing money on the planet, and that's one and only Bitcoin. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button there, and you'll get all more of my videos. Send this video to all your friends and family. And also, I put out yesterday a Shake Pay Visa if you're in Canada. Send that one out to all your friends and family and get them to sign up on that app as well because you're getting free Bitcoin, and that just helping build that gold pile that you and be your own bank. I got a shirt, I wear it all the time. Be your own bank, and I have my own bank, and it feels great. I borrow from my own bank, I lend out from my own bank. I can stare at my own bank. It's my own bank, and it doesn't matter, guys. Bitcoin doesn't discriminate. You could have a couple $100 or $5 million. It's still works for you every single way, and it appreciates. So it'll turn that small income into a big amount of income in over time. It's not a quick fix. You're not gonna just get rich tomorrow, but as you slowly keep stacking and never selling, um, you will see your wealth grow over and over again. So keep your expenses low, and so that you're not spending more than you're earning. Make sure you're doing, again, I preach a lot of times in most of my videos, is do a income and expense report every month so that you can see where your money's going, and if you're spending more than your earnings, because you're going to have to adjust some things there. um, don't take on too much mortgage. Get rid of your credit cards. Again, if you're in Canada, get the Shake Pay Visa card. It's a debit Visa card like your bank account. You're not using credit. Credit is a horrible, horrible thing, and it will suck you in. And so just stay out of that because before you know it, um, you know, you'll be in debt up to your yin yang, and then and only you can get yourself out of it. So it's better just to stay out of it. Don't get tempted, and you know you spend the money, use the money that you have, and build up a reserve. And that's what I like about Bitcoin. Well, is I can build up a reserve in a Bitcoin wallet for rainy day. Because they all come, and when we need emergencies, then we got to have that there. So just it's a great way to do it because your emergency fund is actually building with appreciating asset like Bitcoin. Well, anyway, guys, that's I'm going to leave it at that. Again, scan that QR code. Um, do you and your family a favor, and scan that and start your journey on Bitcoin if you haven't already started. And if you haven't got, if you're already into Bitcoin, scan that QR code. It's to start your journey with Bitcoin well, and you will thank me for it over and over again because it is the best service on the planet. Anyway, have a great one, guys, and talk to you later.